One of the coolest features about the GT-8, I think about the GT-8, is the effects loop facility. This facility enables you to use in your rig your favorite amp head or your favorite retro pedals all alongside the GT-8 at the same time. There's three ways you can set this effects loop up. The first way is, in a normal way, an effects send and return. So you can send to a little patch of your own kind of little stomp boxes, your own effects pedals, and it come out the other end and come back into the GT-8. So it's sending a signal and returning a signal. The second way is you can send a signal from the GT-8 and mix that signal with the effects of the GT-8 with your affected signal from your pedals, and then return it. The third way is a very, very cool feature, which I think is new to these GT kind of type pedals, which I use a lot live, is where you send just a dry guitar signal out of the effects send, and you can take it to anywhere you want, really. You could take it to a whole new system. How I use it is I take it to my favorite valve power amp, and I blend that in. So I blend my left and right. I've got my left and right stereo thing happening with the GT-8, and then if I want to kick in a true valve power amp, I have that loop facility where I can just send the signal straight to a power amp. And I'm going to try and demonstrate that here. So the first way I'm going to show you is with the effects pedals. So I've got it rigged up. As I left the house today, I kind of just grabbed some of my gnarliest retro pedals just to kind of illustrate this. Let me show you where the loop facility is. It's the loop button there. You press that and it'll go to loop mode. And I've got loop mode set normal because I'm going to send a signal and return it, which is kind of the normal effects send. Here is the send jack output, which I'm coming out. It says extension loop send. I'm coming out into the front of my first pedal. This is a vintage TS-808 tube screamer. Coming out of that, and I'm going into a vintage MXR Distortion Plus. Coming out of that, I'm going into an MXR Phase 45. All these three pedals are they're kind of my favourite pedals. I don't use them a lot, but they're kind of retro and old and quite rare. Coming out of that, and this is a reissue of an old Colour Sound tremolo pedal just for fun. And I come back into the effects return of the GT-8. So if I program this loop button on for any bank, I know that it's going to incorporate what I've got in the effects loop. So in this particular case, it's these pedals. So let me just quickly click in these pedals just to show you what they can sound like. That's the kind of the sound I've got. That's the sound of the GT-8, just kind of crunchy, kind of almost clean. So if I flick in the tremolo pedal, here's the Phase 45. I use this Phase 45 because it doesn't sound like a phase pedal. It sounds more like a univibe, if I can just illustrate that. That's why I'm not sure if it's still made anymore, but it's a very cool pedal. Then I've got an old MXR Distortion Plus, from about 1970. Very, very gnarly pedal. Sounds kind of... very gnarly sounding. Then I got a tube screamer, an old TS first issue tube screamer from about 1976, 77. Kind of sounds like this. So this effect, this facility is a very, very cool facility, especially if you just want to use your favorite odd pedal. You could put a wah on here, or your favorite pedal that you can't do without. Stick it in the effects loop. Okay, the other fantastic thing about this effects loop on the GT-8 is you can send a signal to another amp or another rig, if you like. So just for convenience, I have set up this modeling amp. I wouldn't necessarily use this live. Live, I've done this before, this system that I'm about to show you. I use my power amp as I am at the moment for the GT-8, left and right effect signal, and I've over affected the GT-8. I put lots of delay on so you're going to be able to hear this. And then I'm running this amp, this Cyber Twin just here, this Fender amp, very, very dry. And what we're going to do is we're going to play it blending the levels of each of them together. So if you can imagine a left and a right, delay, GT-8 kind of dirty sound going on, and then we've got the dry signal in the middle. But I'm going to separate them for both, separate the signals so that you can hear both of them. To get this loop facility, we again click on our loop button, and what comes up is what mode you want. I've got it set to branch out. For the pedals, we use the normal mode, which means it takes a signal out of this loop send and goes straight to wherever you want it to go. It's a dry, unaffected guitar signal. It's fantastic. And what I'm doing is I'm going into the front of this Boss volume pedal, and then I'm going to come out of the volume pedal straight into front of the Fender amp. So this is running the Fender amp, and this is running the volume of my stereo power amp. First of all, I'm going to just quickly give a blast to the dry amp. So this is what the dry amp sounds like. So it's kind of a gainy, kind of dry amp sound. Now this is what the GT-8's doing. Loads of delay, just loads of swish and swirl, loads of reverb. I kind of got a real swirly sound going on. So now I'm going to blend both of the amps together. So let's start with the dry amp. I'm going to just bring it up on the volume pedal. And now I'm going to blend in the delays. So you're going to get a massive sound if you do this. I'm just kind of, this is for convenience, I'm just trying to illustrate this to you, but you can run 3 combos. You could have a dry signal running to your favorite combo in the middle, and then in the other 2 combos you could put the effects of the GT-8, a bit of reverb or the actual, kind of distortion from the GT-8. So you can blend, with the aid of a volume pedal, you can blend those signals together. And there are all sorts of possibilities and sonic possibilities as well. So this is a fantastic feature of the GT-8, which is great live. And also it has great recording possibilities. If you're miking up 3 amps, you can get real huge sounds. Obviously I've over-affected with the delays, I've over-affected the signal, just so you can just hear the effect in comparison to the dry amp. One more blast.